of Amber. This song is called Lovely Day. Isn't it a beautiful day? Of course it is. 13 minutes after 9 o'clock in the morning, you're listening to Jason Julian on Kigali in the morning. It's been a full-packed day today as we keep bringing you these conversations that shape what Rwanda looks like today. Maybe you have seen it somewhere online or heard it over the radio or the TV. There is this campaign called Bime Matwi, all right? And this campaign is about fraudsters. It's been championed by the central bank, that's the National Bank of Rwanda. Just the other day, a guy calls me randomly and says, "Did you get your more cash?" I'm like, "What do you mean I got my more cash?" Now, he was using an Airtel number, calling on my MTN number. Of course, I had to abuse him just to feel good about it because I knew what he was about to do. That's not my character, but I felt like I should.
No, I mean, they push you to that level where you feel like you need to tell them off.
They do. Yeah. Now, this public awareness campaign has been launched by the National Bank of Rwanda, by the Rwanda Utilities Regulatory Authority, RURA, by the Rwanda National Police, the Rwanda Investigation Bureau, RIB, and leading telecom operators, that's MTN Rwanda and Airtel. The campaign is responding to the growing threat of mobile money fraud, especially social engineering scams. And the campaign is designed to educate, protect you as a user of digital financial services. I'd like to welcome to the studios this morning. We have guests who are representing the stakeholders of this campaign. From the National Bank, we have Songa Chris from the National Bank Payment Systems. Chris, good morning.
Good morning.
Good to have you here.
Us, yes.
And also we have CIP Wellers Gahonzire. Good morning and welcome. This is from the National Police, right?
Yes, good morning.
Good to have you here.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. George Kagabo is coming from MGN. Good morning, George. Sorry, I forgot to have your microphone up. You sat so far away from us. Is that the mic?
Yeah.
Good morning, George.
Morning.
Good to have you on.
Thank you for
having me. I know you
me.
will represent everyone from the telecoms, right?
I represent MTN, but that's fine.
I like the disclaimer.
Same cause, right? Chris, let's get started with you. How does the National Bank ensure the safety of digital transfers between banks and mobile platforms? Lately, when I go to a bank, they ask me, "Do you want this money in cash, or do you want us to send it to your mobile phone?" And it's possible, right from the account
to your mobile phone.
Yes. Phone. What do you do in that space?
So thank you so much, and we appreciate your time having us here and talk about this important campaign. I'll just start briefly by talking about the genesis of the campaign.
Yes.
As you know, we've been having a lot of fraud cases, but as well, this is linked to the number of transactions, the number of people that are using these digital payments. When you look at the past 5 years, it has been increasing at a massive rate. And of course, this also has to attract those fraudsters because they see a market they can explore and manipulate. So that's why fraudsters have been increasing, but this is not because we are not doing something to protect the money. So measures either from the regulators, either from the law enforcement and also the telecoms, they have been there. So as the central bank, what we do, first of all, it starts with making the regulations. So the laws and regulations that govern how money is used, the digital channels, how the consumer is protected. So we come up with those regulations, and in the regulations we put specific licenses that these companies have to have so that they can offer these digital payment services. So at the central bank, we have what we call e-money issuers, which is I can give an example of Mobile Money Rwanda and Airtel Money. So they are in charge of giving these services that we use for mobile money, and that is on the part of licensing. We have to license them, ensure that they have the right capital to serve you, ensure they have the right technical ability, the infrastructure to protect your money against any cyber threat and any other potential threat. And now there is also a part that is done by the central bank. That is the supervision. We have to go and make sure that whatever they agreed to do when they were getting the license, they're still doing it. So we have what we call inspection. We go there, we analyze what they are doing. We also have what we do at the central bank without necessarily going there on site. We evaluate the reports they submit via different systems. So we make sure that we don't see any fraud or any potential risk that is imminent, and we're able to tackle it before. So all these mechanisms, also including the consumer protection, we have a specific department in charge of consumer protection that is in charge of making sure that consumers are protected, their complaints are resolved in time. So all those mechanisms are put in place so that when you send money, you're safe. So it's not all about technology, because itself is not enough, but also that whole framework that we've put together to protect your money. So that's basically how we do it.
Great. I like that you've put all these measures in place. You've done your job.
Yes.
But I think the thieves have become smarter.
They're equally not sleeping.
They're not
Exactly.
sleeping.
Every other day they
Alright.
come up with something.
This
Exactly.
is where I want to talk to CIP Wellers. What is happening? Is this getting out of hand? Because all I know is I cannot just have a SIM card without having registered that SIM card, my name, my ID. It goes all along with it. Where is the loophole?
Thank you very much. At One National Police, we have responsibilities of protecting people, to secure people, and to protect their properties. So we have some more scammers here in Rwanda who want to steal money from different people and different ways, like Benel said. So they use different ways to steal money from the people. So as Rwanda National Police, we have responsibilities to arrest them by collaborating with different institutions like Bener, like Rura, like
The MTN.
MTN, Airtel. So, and importantly, collaboration with LEAP in terms of investigations. So, we collaborate with those institutions to arrest them, and importantly to sensitize people to avoid and to be vigilant on those scammers who want to steal their money. So the problem is there. The campaign we started this campaign on Monday by sensitizing people to be vigilant, be mamatwi campaign. I think you know the name of this campaign is Mamatwi. So people, they have
basically give it a deaf ear.
Yes, they have to be Mamatwi to those scammers who want to steal their money. So the other thing we want to mention here is to report for the different institutions. You have to report on National Police, LEAP. You can report to Rura, you can report to MTN what happened. So we are ready to facilitate the people from not be storing their money. Yes.
I see that for me personally, I think I've experienced scammers maybe every once in a week, which gives me an indication.
They really like
You
you.
are very busy.
They are
Have you
very
reported
busy.
the case?
Yeah, I have reported some cases, not that I got response. What I've done normally is I've called either Airtel to report an Airtel number, or to MTN when it is someone who is using an MTN number, so please flag this number. And maybe George could tell us what exactly is happening. Are these SIM cards really registered on individual names, or are there SIM cards that are freely circulated in the market, and how does that happen?
No, thank you very much, Jesse. So, first of all, I thank BNR and all the stakeholders that really thought about this campaign, because it is really the right timing for us to have this campaign. Because, we are seeing these frauds actually getting out of hand. Looking at the numbers, that the figures that our customers or Rwandans are actually losing on a daily basis. I think this campaign came at the right time. So in terms of SIM registration, I think BNR talked about the regulations that have been put in place, and from where we sit, the SIM regulation comes from RURA, and it was revised I think 2 years ago, and the purpose of actually revising the SIM registration regulation was actually to tighten controls around SIM getting how people get SIM cards. And like you said, just yourself, it is not easy to get a SIM card, today, because there are several processes that you have to go through for you to get a SIM card, which are really tight. But the challenge that we see when we're investigating some of these cases is that actually people are selling their SIM cards. They come register the SIM card properly, and then I register my SIM card on my name with full KYC. We call them KYC, know your customer.
Your customer, yes.
Yeah. And then I sell my SIM card to Juliana to go and use it,
Wait, some people are buying second-hand SIM cards?
Not really
Can I call it second-hand? Because if I registered it in my names,
yeah,
and then I'm selling it to someone else, it means it's second-hand.
Yeah, because the regulation
registered.
allows you to, it allows nationals, Rwanda nationals, to register 3 SIM cards on their SIM, on their ID.
On their ID,
so I can have 3 SIM cards on my ID, and I use one, and I sell the other 2 to to 2 different people. And the purpose of these guys buying SIM cards is actually going and using them in such fraud cases, and that actually makes it very difficult even when we identify someone who has actually done this fraud, because through RIB and the national the police, they will actually want to know who is actually using this SIM card, and when they go to actually follow up on the person, they actually found out it is Juliana who is using the SIM card, and the SIM card is registered on George. So in that case, it becomes very difficult even to apprehend or even to locate these guys.
Should that mean that maybe again that would be very unfair to citizens to actually tell them we are limiting you on 1 SIM card?
Actually, they're allowed up to 3 SIM cards.
Yes, yeah. But if someone is going to misuse the 3 chances, I mean, should that mean that they should tighten more rules about how many SIM cards you can actually
SIM card
acquire?
ownership, like just have one?
But again, it's unfair.
Yeah, it's unfair.
It
will be unfair to those that are complying with the
absolutely.
Exactly.
Yes.
And remember, the number was, initially it used to be more than 3 SIM cards, and I'm very sure by the reason why they put them to 3 is because there were even claims from the public that they should actually be more than 3 SIM cards, because I may have my 2 children or my relative that wants to use, who doesn't even have. I have kids that are below 16 and they want a SIM card. So if I'm their parent, I want them to own SIM cards and own their phones. So you will deprive those rights to these people because of a few people that are doing fraud. So for me, I don't think reducing the SIM cards to limiting them to 1 is a solution. I think one of the solutions is actually such campaigns that we are actually doing now, so that people get to know that your SIM card is your SIM card. If you're giving it to someone, you just know you're going to be responsible for whatever this person is going to use the SIM card for.
When you say you're going to be responsible, I want us to mark that.
Yeah.
When you say you're going to be responsible, I want to make this very clear.
Yeah.
So somebody calls me and they are scammers. We find out that the SIM card is registered on Juliana.
Yeah.
But it's not Juliana who called me. Are we saying the law will now catch Juliana?
Absolutely.
And Juliana will be responsible?
Absolutely, because Juliana
Because it's negligence.
has to explain how did this SIM card get to Jesse in the first place.
CIP, how heavy is the punishment?
Why are you worried about that?
No, we need to know.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. In the Rwanda constitution, we have an article who punish them. The article 166 deal with people who steal who steal different money, steal different properties. And the Article 174 deals also with people who steal money by using technology. So, when you arrest the suspect or the scammers, we transfer them to one investigation bureau, then to prosecution, then to court. So it is up to judge to deal with scammers, to deal with those suspects, with investigating how this crime was done. Is it committed by investigating the all elements of crime, and then the judge decide the punishment. It's up to the judge to decide the punishment. But there is a articles who deal with these scammers.
There are possibilities the judge can just give a small punishment, like go and do community service.
No,
and the scammer
I
just
don't think that
disappears.
is
the judge goes through the article, what the article says.
What the article says. The article says 40 days or 5 years in prison. That is it.
It should be more than that.
But I think
I think we need to assess the
this
seriousness of the matter.
for this crime is from 2 years up to 3 years in prison.
Those are very,
In prison,
those are very little years.
It is not. It is not little.
In prison, it's not illegal.
Prison. It is not.
Let's go back to Bener. Now, I'll ask, what should users check before approving for these digital transactions?
Okay, thank you so much. So we want to talk about a bit about the type of frauds. They should understand this kind of frauds. Right before I go into what should they check before they approve a transaction, but there are different ways these people can scam you. Actually, they are very smart.
They were smart.
They are very smart,
creative.
and we tend to think that they target those that are not well educated.
Just is very well educated. Is the
So,
target
yeah.
always.
Chris, before you continue,
Yes.
Prior to coming to this program,
Yes.
I had worked here before at Royal FM in different capacities. I had left, and we had a driver here. I knew his name was Emma. Many years later, I received a phone call. And the person called me and said, Boss Bite. And I said, Bites. I said, Ni Emma. Twarakwadaga kuri Royal FM. I'm like, oh, Emma, the driver. He said, yes. He told me that he was now working at the newly constructed airport in Bugesera. And that there's an opportunity which he thought only me
Can do.
can take on. Because he was now driving trucks. They needed bearings for trucks. He said, so in procurement, they've given me this opportunity,
Yeah.
but I don't have the capital. But I think you might have the capital, and maybe because I know you as an entrepreneur person.
Knowing you as someone who loves money, you jumped on that deal very fast.
I was in Bugesera, all right, at La Palisse. I called a friend of mine in Kigali because now this person told me the samples of these bearings are in industrial zone. I'll give you a number of someone who is going to deliver these bearings. You look at the samples, a box is going to cost you $100. If you get those samples and bring them to Bugesera. So I call my friend runs around, I ask them to find the money and get the samples because we should not miss this opportunity if we're going to supply.
Exactly.
Goes, pays the $100. They give them a box, puts it in the car, said, I have the item. I said, you're going to drive to come to Bugesera. This person now told me, I won't be able to come to Bugesera. Can you come and we meet at, what is this hotel at Kisamenti? There's a hotel there.
Shelando.
Shelando, yes. That's where I went to camp for the rest of the evening without no one showing up.
Oh, So they scammed you and then they
We
wasted
gave
your
the
time
gas.
as well.
You stayed with the bearings with no trucks.
Now, this is not just to people who are illiterate.
Exactly.
This person was so smart. Actually, I started to check all my friends. Say, who amongst my friends is a scammer?
Exactly.
That's why 3 years are too little. Now, Chris, you may continue.
Yes. You just talked about a very important type of fraud that they use. That is social engineering. So they understand how you think and they try to use the way you think to scam you. They know Jesse is very good at business. He's going to jump on this opportunity anytime I tell him to do it. So they do these kind of techniques so that you feel like, this is me. They're talking to me. They know me. This is Emma that we work together. So this is the most the most used type of fraud that we are facing right now, because as I mentioned earlier, we've tightened all the possible entry points for those scammers, but still they're still resorting to the human errors, because they can easily scam you. When we talk about fraud, most people think that SIM card, SIM fraud related crimes are the ones causing a lot of trouble. But this is part of what we are facing now. It's just a component. SIM, as our colleague from MTN said, there have been very many initiatives to tighten how SIM cards are accessed. And while we can do this for SIM fraud, it's very hard for us to do it for social engineering, where the human is I would say manipulated to do what those scammers want to do. So that's why I'm coming back to the point. Before I go to the point, there's also another type of fraud that happens with insiders in these institutions. They know, just say, I know his number, I'm going to check his balance and get to alert the scammers. So when they call you, they tell you, you have this amount of money on mobile money or more cash. Can you please send me this? You'll be like, this person actually is working with this institution. They know the money that I have. They're trying to help me. So
that was always, sorry to cut you short, that has always been my understandings. How do these scammers actually get to know how much money you have on your account? That means they work with they have an insider.
So we have some
system.
people that are inside, and I think they've been caught by the telecoms and also the law enforcement authorities, and but they will still be there. And that's why we need to be careful. If someone even tells you, I know your balance, this is your balance, you shouldn't trust them right away, because even we have insiders that can do it. But we as I said, we tend to always make sure that they are caught. Another very important thing that we need to know is regarding taking care of our pins and our personal information. We tend a lot to trust those that we live with, the families, the family members, the
family member
friends.
becomes a scammer.
And you'll be like, what is your PIN? 111. Okay. No one is going to steal me. But at the end of the day, you will be like, who stole me? And when you come to the service center, you'll be like, people hacked me, they took my money. But when we look at the systems, it was a normal transaction. Someone used your PIN. So we need to be careful to share our PIN. So coming back to the question of how is the transaction, what should they check before they approve a transaction? So first of all, when you receive a call or you receive a message to do a transaction, should be, first of all, ask yourself, did I initiate this transaction? Was it planned? Did I plan to do this? Is this something that I really want to do? Because they tend to scam people that are smart, because those people are usually busy, very busy at work, and they call you, just say, do this and this. I'm very, I want to do this deal and finish it in 2 minutes. And you'll be like, okay, tell me. You just dial things quickly and you pay them without thinking much. So before you do any transaction, first pause and understand, do I need to do this? So it's all about being able to not be manipulated to do something very quickly and rushing. So that is one thing. Another thing for to be able to, before you approve a transaction, make sure you know you are using the right channel, because some transactions are online and they are done through official websites. Like, let's say if you are trying to pay for your traffic fines and you know you use Irembo to do that, you should be able to know, is this link from Irembo? How am I sure I'm going to pay Irembo instead of paying some scammer that have come up with some name close to Irembo? So we need to be careful and just be vigilant. So, but above all, let's not listen to these people telling us to rush to do things in short time. Be in brief. Yeah.
You spoke about collaboration of scammers collaborating with institutions to rob us of our hard-earned money. CIP Wellers, I want to still bring in my story. Now that you are here, I started to feel hurt again. Because that situation, that situation, I was made such a fool that I ran to Rib in Remera. When I went to Rib in Remera, I sat there the entire morning. I was being asked my name and my mother's name and
your father's name.
My father's name, my parents. And until I got bored and I walked away from reporting the case. You're asking people to come and report these cases. And I've told you it happens to me at least every week. I have 2 lines. There is somebody, I have a 8831 number. They normally want to call on that one. I don't know who tells them that's the better one to call on. At least every week, there's someone trying to call me to try to scam me. But now, because I'm too sharp, they can't succeed. But my frustration was when I went to Rib and we had this back and forth. The scammer called me while I was in the office at Rib, and I put him on loudspeaker. I told them, this is the number. Can you start with the investigation? I could not be helped. Should people still come and trust that the institutions are going to help them, or these same people who play with time could be the collaborators?
So, I think you are tired of of a service from LIB or from police, but you have a very good service. It is not even to go to our station to raise you can call us, tell us what happened. That is one way. The other way, for your property, money, and the other things you have, you don't be tired by protecting your money, your items, and to report when scammers try to steal your items. You don't be tired. So for now, we are dealing with this problem because we know this problem are there.
It's getting out of hand. Yes.
So it is the reason why we are here. We are on different radios by these institutions to raise campaigns for people and for those scammers, because the scammers we have many people who want to eat, to drink, to be good, to wear very smart clothes without
working. They
without
just want
working.
to scam somebody when they get the opportunity.
We have other people who run technology. They know how to use technology. They know how to manipulate telephones. They know how to manipulate account and to steal money. So, and we have another part of people who don't know how to use telephone, who don't know how to protect mobile money, who don't know how to protect an account, who don't know how to protect a PIN they use on the account. We have many people who don't know them. So it is the reason why we are here to teach them to be vigilant, to protect their properties. As you protect your house, as you protect your car, as you protect your gate, as you protect your children, as you protect whatever. You don't know you have responsibilities to protect your properties, like especially those properties we have by using technology. You have to protect them. So, and we encourage people to teach others, because we have you told me you are smart. The scammers cannot.
Don't worry, they got him.
They got him already.
So
Even with this smartness, they still got him.
Yes, you have to teach others. But when any case happened, try to come. We are there to help you. We are there to serve the people. Don't hesitate to come. We are there to give the best service, to recover your money by collaborating with these institutions. And we are there to help people to be good, to be safe, and involved. So it is on this time to teach people in this campaign, Bima Matwi. The people have to be conscious.
Very conscious, yes.
Very conscious. Because the Rwanda of today, it is not the Rwanda of last time.
Of many years ago.
Yes.
Allow me, George, let me just bring in the element of efficiency. I know MTN would normally say call, I think, is it 100? When you have an incident such as that, yes, call 100 on MTN. Efficiency. Something has happened. Somebody has just taken my money. I'm reporting to MTN. What first steps do you take for these people to recover their lost monies?
Well, thank you very much, Jesse. So in terms of the efficiency, so we have a call center, like you said. We advise our customers to always, for anything that you want to MTN to know very quickly, you call 100, which is our call center number. And we will have, 24/7 agents that are ready to receive you and give you the necessary support immediately. So what they will do immediately, they will block. Yeah, if they first look at the number where you transferred your money. If the money is still there, they will block the amount immediately. And we save a lot of money, through that mechanism. But of course, there is when the victim calls when it is too late. These guys have already, even sent the money to Airtel numbers where we don't have even control. So we will see that the money has been sent into eCash, and we'll tell you what we can do. We only block the fraudster's number that actually scammed you, and then we advise you to go to MTN and report the case to the relevant department. We have a security office, we have internal audit and forensics where I sit. So we all deal with these matters, and then we'll advise the victim to go and report to RIB as well. That's what we do. And yeah, but of course, unfortunately, sometimes they report, like I said, victims report a bit late when they have already lost their money, and it becomes now a case of RIB to follow up on apprehend these fraudsters.
So when you say lost money, let's say somebody has sent 1 million, and they've transferred it by eCash. It's gone to a network you cannot control. In that process, they can lose the 1 million forever.
Yes, yes and no. Sometimes we actually, through RURA, who is our regulator, we've put up a mechanism of, talking to Airtel and MTN. Sometimes we also follow up actually with our colleagues in Airtel. And you will follow up, and fortunately, we block even some of this money. Maybe it's not, maybe 300 has been cashed out, and you save 700. So sometimes you save the 1 million, or you save partially,
So
or you even lose it completely when these guys have already, cashed out the money.
How do you even tell that this is a legitimate call or message?
Now that's also that's really a big challenge, because first of all, on mobile money, there are these fake SMSs which they used to send. By the way, they are no longer very common, because we applied some controls also to filter these fake SMSs. But of course, like we said, fraudsters are smart.
Yeah.
So they play with the message that's, when our IT guys are filtering those messages and blocking them, they also change, because they pick keywords in the message, and based on that they apply a configuration to actually get to know that this is a fake SMS, and they don't allow it to go through. But of course, these fraudsters keep changing that messaging, and when they change it and they lose those words, we lose those words in the configuration, the SMS will still go through. But of course, it is up to the customer to actually know that this message is not coming from mobile money SMS gateway, because the correct SMS from Momo has MM, then the number. But if the message is coming from a fraudster, it will come from an MSSN which is 079 or 0788 333. So you will see that an SMS is coming from the number of someone, not from the Momo system. But of course, that requires someone who is very vigilant to actually get to know that this is a fake SMS.
This is very interesting.
Yeah.
Just for us to have an idea at MTN, what new ways are fraudsters now using to really scam people?
That's a very good question, and I really wanted to talk about that, because really the 99% of the cases we're receiving now, I think at least from the beginning of this year, the modus operandi is really impersonation. They call and tell you, I am from MTN, I'm calling you from MTN. They, by the way, they even use some of our names. They tell you, this is George calling you from MTN, and just see you've hosted George before from MTN, and oh, George, hi. They greet you like you know each other, and then they start telling you, by the way, we have an issue, we have a system issue, glitch on Mocash, and so we are helping our customers. That's why I called you. Can you please dial 1 star, or they tell you something has happened, and we're helping our customers. So they really impersonate themselves to call, to call them other. They even tell you, I work with RIB, I work with, they tell you funny, things. And then you actually believe that and start doing whatever you're doing. The key message we want to send to our customers is that nobody from MTN that is going to call you to tell you to dial star 182 or any shortcut to do anything. Nobody is going to call you. If we have clear channels to call, how we call our customers, we have clear channels how to communicate to our customers when we have any technical issues on our systems. So there's nobody who is going to call you to tell you, do this on your number, on your phone. Please, as per the theme of the campaign, let's not listen to these guys. To be Mamatwi.
Let me wonder on this question, and it's unfortunate that Rura is not here, but maybe you could have an idea.
Yeah.
I've heard of SMS services. I'm not sure how they work, but who gives all these people access to our numbers that you can receive a random SMS over something you'd never called for? This morning, it wasn't even an SMS. I got a message on my screen that I should go to 4G. And I should do it urgently before I'm shut off. It wasn't an SMS, just appeared on my screen. Sometimes I keep deleting different messages of services, events, inviting me into spaces I've never subscribed to. Who gives access, our SIM cards, to have all these people sending us all this kind of messaging?
Yeah, that's a very good question, actually. But we first of all, there are SMSs that we call unsolicited SMSs. Those are controlled, as per the regulation. So you don't just send SMSs to anybody, any number. But of course, there are SMSs which we're allowed to send as telecom companies, whereby if you're talking about products, for example, the SMS that you talk about of moving to 4G from 3G or 2G. We've made a big campaign around it. We've communicated, publicly that we are encouraging our customers to move from 3G, 2G to actually 4G, where they can have, better, user experience. That has been going on for the last, couple of months. It's unfortunate you just received the SMS and you. By the way, if you haven't moved to 4G, this is the right time. It's not. It's not. it's not a fake SMS.
Prepare an invoice.
Yeah. So, to your point, I mean, Rura really controls, the way we send SMSs to customers. We don't just send SMSs. They are really highly regulated in terms of. But of course, we have partners that we partner with to, do. SMS is a business like any other business. So you can come have a contract with MTN, but of course there are rules that you have to follow. You don't just send SMSs to any customers the way you want. And of course, customers that we sign contracts with to do bulk SMS business, they have their, base.
The database.
The database and they take full responsibility as per the contract that we have with them.
Chris, I think we'll start to wind down our conversation today.
Yes.
You're from the central bank. You regulate mobile money, Airtel money, and you've initiated this campaign because you want to have customers protected. What would be your key message right now to those who are listening to us?
Thank you so much, Jesse. My key message right now, and the key message for anybody that wants this sector to thrive, is that digital payments, we are rising. We are on a good, I would say, level, and people shouldn't be alarmed by this campaign. It's not something that is there because we failed to protect their money. In fact, it's the right opposite. Things are very much doing well. They are growing. The transactions are growing. The users are growing. If MTN could talk about the users that are growing every day. So this is a campaign just to let people know that even though digital payments are being adopted daily and at a very good speed, they should always remember that they're the ones to protect their money. And one thing they should know is that, I'll give a simple example. When you're driving and there's an incident or there are times where you don't even remember the past 10 minutes. You're like, I was driving, but I don't remember me driving. So that shouldn't be the case with transacting digitally. Shouldn't forget that you're transacting. It's the right opposite of what I've just said. So we need to always be vigilant. And whenever we do any transaction, we are aware. And another thing that I can say here is to people to always not listen to these scammers, because once you give them time, I was discussing it with our colleagues here, and we agree that once you give them few seconds of your time, they can be able to manipulate you. So be careful and don't give them time that they need to scam you. Be mamatki basically. And another thing is that we are doing our best to make sure that the experience and also the services up to the level that they should expect, but they should also do their part as well, because as I said, about 70% of the cases that we receive are due to social engineering. So you can understand that they have a bigger part to do here. So our message here is that we're going to keep doing it. The campaign is running for a long period, and we'll make sure that we use different channels so that everyone has to get the message. Yeah, thank you.
Great. CIP Wellers, Nichi oshaka abanyarwanda bumve uyu munsi hano kuri radio.
In Kinyarwanda?
In Kinyarwanda.
Okay. So, thank you very much. Icyo nshaka ko abanyarwanda bumva, reka nyivuge mu Kinyarwanda. Abenshi banaduteze amatwi bari n'abanyarwanda.
Ndashaka gufata ubutumwa kuri video.
Okay. Tambere no kubashimira ko mwaduhaye umwanya mwebwe nka Radio FM. Icyo dushaka kubwira abanyarwanda, iki ni ikibazo kigaragara. Kihari all over the country. abantu bafite ikibazo baraduhamagara kenshi batubwira ikibazo cy'ubujura bwa tekinoloji, abiba ku matelefone, abiba ku account, abababeshya ibyo bazabaha, ababeshya serivisi, ababeshya kubafunguriza abantu, ababeshya ibintu byinshi bitandukanye. Sinzi niba mushobora kuba mutari kubyumva mwebwe. Murabyumva. Ababeshya ibintu bitandukanye. Abanyarwanda tushaka kubabwira ko uko iterambere ry'igihugu rizamuka ni nako n'abakora amanyanga nabo bagenda batera imbere, bahimba amayeri menshi yo kwiba abaturage. Abaturage rero turabibutsa ko bagomba kuba maso, turabibutsa ko bagomba kugira ibanga ry'ibintu byabo. Uko ubungabunga umutungo wawe, waba umutungo uri fizike ugaragara, ni nako ugomba kubungabunga umutungo wawe mu buryo bwa mobile money, mu buryo bwa account, ariko ukirinda amatwi abantu baguhamagara. Buri ikintu cya mbere kibyica no bamuhamagara akajya kubatega amatwi, akabahereza akanya, akabanza akamwumva, undi nawe akagenda akomeza mu ryarya. Abaturage nibiba amatwi aba bantu. Ikindi gihari, nka polisi y'igihugu, aba bantu barahungabanya umutekano w'igihugu, abantu barahungabanya ituze ry'abaturage. Umuturage wibwe amafaranga, umuturage wibwe mu buryo bwa serivisi yabeshywe agacibwa amafaranga, uwijejwe ibintu ntabihabwe, uwo muturage aba yamaze kumva ko hari ikintu kitameze neza muri we. Uwo no kumubwira gahunda za leta, uwo no kumubwira gahunda z'umutekano, kumubwira gahunda z'iterambere, ntago ariho abyumva kubera ko hari ikintu cyamubangamiye. Aba bantu rero bahungabanya ituze n'umudendezo by'abaturage, ntago polisi y'igihugu izabihanganira.
Murakoze CIP Wallace.
Akanyuma. Yego. Uramutse uhuye n'iki kibazo, birashoboka ko wakwibwa, wibiceceka. Ushobora kutugana nka polisi aho dukorera hose mu gihugu, ariko ushobora no kuduhamagara. Ushobora guhamagara ku 112 112 ukatubwira ikibazo wahuye nacyo tukagufasha. Ikindi binadufasha kumenya ese iki kibazo kirangana gute mu gihugu. Iyo abaturage batugana batubwira ikibazo, tuma tumenya uko kingana, tukanamenya n'uburyo tugiye guhangana nacyo dufatanyije n'izindi nzego, kuko izi nzego zose mubona n'izindi zitari hano turakorana. Iyo ikibazo kibaye cy'amafaranga y'umuntu wibwe, duhamagara muri MTN. Dufite abantu dukorana nabo, mwababonye bo muri MTN dukorana. Tubabwira ngo hari abaturage bari kugutugana batubwira ko bari kwibwa mu ubu buryo. Tugakurikirana, MTN igakurikirana. Rura nka regulator ikakurikirana. BNR ishinzwe amafaranga nayo ikazamo, kuko ayo ni amafaranga abari bagenda yatwarwa mu buryo butari bwo, kandi nayo ni regulator. So turasaba abaturage kujya babivuga, bakatugana bakatubwira ikibazo. Ariko ikigeretseho ikindi ni bima amatwi abantu bababeshya ibyo bazabaha, ibyo babizeza, babima amatwi.
Great, thank you so much. George, last word, you have seconds.
So the key message from MTN is really to inform our customers that nobody should call you and tell you to dial anything on your phone. Please don't listen to these people who are calling you to tell you dial *182 on your phone. Please tell them, I'll go to MTN, any office, come to any MTN office and report the case. We'll deal with the matter and we will tell you exactly what service we are offering, not really to allow these guys to defraud you. Thank you very much. Yes.
Thank you so much, George. We've been speaking to Songa Chris. He's from Benel Payment Systems, CIP Wallace Gahonzire from the National Police of Rwanda, George Kagapo from MTN. We appreciate you so much for the time to come and teach us on this campaign, which is ongoing. Bime Amatwi, don't give them your ears. When they call you, simply say, please don't call me again, and block their numbers. We appreciate you. Kigali in the Morning comes to a beautiful end. Until when we return next time, God bless you and bye-bye.